Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, we're trying something new to see if my phone, for some reason, works better than my computer when it comes to doing lives without freezing up and getting things stuck. So it's Wednesday. It's 7:30 Eastern. It is time to go live. We're here. I got to see now how to use this interface because it's different. Let's see here. I can invite people. Let's see if I can see who's on, if anybody's on. Got to figure out a whole new way to do this. Oh, this is cool. I can like do stuff. I'm not sure how this works. Looks like I can do funky things. Hold on. What's this do? Oh, that's lighting if I need lighting. What does that do? Oh, I can do filters while I'm live. What? Ah. All right. So the first half of this live is going to be me playing with all the cool things. I love you guys. Oh my. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to reality. Hold on, where are we? Okay, so been some discussion this week about how to figure out where your focus should be. And I looked through some of the lives that we've done recently, and I realized that I have done a live we talked about a few weeks ago. I don't know, maybe a month ago. We talked about understanding that there are tons of different things that we can work on. There's tons of different things as we start the process of getting in shape, changing our lifestyle, changing our nutrition, doing all these things that it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of things we can do, and it's kind of can suck trying to figure out where should I focus. Um, so we talked a little bit about that. I think the biggest key takeaway there is from that discussion was it's okay and to be able to isolate and understand that the process is best served by picking something and sticking with it until you're ready to go to the next thing. Okay? If you're jumping around to a bunch of different areas, trying to do a whole bunch of things at the same time, you're not going to make progress in any of the areas, and you're going to just get frustrated and stuck and not know what's going on. So it is better to just suck it up, and it's a mindset game. It's a mental game to understand that you're leaving some things on the table. You can only handle so much. Grab what you can, focus on it, knock it out of the park, and make it part of your life. Get that success under your belt, and then you can go back to the table, grab something else. Okay? But you can only fit so much in your hands, guys. You can only fit so much in that bag of life, because you also got to balance. You've got to put your kids, your family, your job, your social life. You got to put that other stuff in there too. It can't all be just I'm trying to get healthy, okay? Or I'm trying to get fit, or I'm trying to whatever it may be. There's a balance there that we need to maintain, okay? And you can't make it all about one thing. So, because we have to pick things, some of the questions that come across are, what am I going to pick? What do I have to choose from? And figuring out all the different aspects of quality of life and fitness and health and nutrition kind of can be a challenge. Let's just say it that way. So I think what we can do in this talk is we can talk about maybe categorizing a little bit some of the different areas of things that you could focus on. Again, none. If we talk about 100 different things today, um, any one of them could be something that you or someone else listening decides to choose as their focus. It's not a wrong answer. There's no wrong answers here, guys. This is whatever you think, number one, is going to make the biggest impact. Number two, you think you can actually do. And then number three, you can maintain and sustain and make it part of your routine so that you can then go back to the well, go back to the table, grab something else on the list. Okay? So, there's a handful of things. Let's see. So we've got things that we could put under quality of life, would be one category. And I'm pulling these out of the air, so I should write these down so I remember and go back to them. Let's say quality of life. Let's say performance. Those are probably the two biggest things, the biggest buckets that we can talk about. as far as how you would categorize different areas. And then general health improvements, I think, could be another one that doesn't necessarily go into quality of life. It can affect and overlap, but isn't necessarily quality of life. So let's talk about health stuff. If you have health issues, then some of the things that you may want to look at are, things with nutrition. Are you eating something that you need to not be eating? Are you not getting enough of something you need to be getting more of? Things like that. Those are definitely aspects. Or do you need to get more sleep? Things that could affect the actual way that your body is functioning from what is normal and what it wants to do versus what it's able to do because of the things you are or are not doing to your body. Okay, that's health. Health is your body wants to do this, but it can't because you're doing or not doing this. Okay, so we want to get rid of or add, depending on what the situation is, whatever we need to over here so that your body can do what it wants to do in the first place. Okay, so that's one category: health and things that you can do to improve your health. Okay, the second thing, let's talk about quality of life. And we'll talk about these in the order I think that you should probably look at them. This is my recommendation. If we're talking about the priority of things that you should look at, how you should look at where you should focus, I would say focus on health first. If you feel like you've gotten all that stuff knocked out, then let's talk about quality of life. Okay? If you feel like you've got all that stuff knocked out, then let's talk about performance. Okay? That's not a hard and fast rule. Some people just mentally are able to grasp performance-based tasks and accomplishments, and it's more impactful to their life and how they feel about themselves and whatever else it may be. It's maybe easier to motivate them to do something positive if they have a performance-based goal than if they have a health-based goal. That's perfectly fine. I actually had a conversation with an athlete at my gym. She's another coach at the gym that I work at this week. And she was talking about how there's a bunch of things that she needs to do movement-wise. She's got some movement compensation issues and had some injuries, had some health issues because of it. But she realized that when you talk to her, when her doctor was talking to her about what she needed to do from a quality of life perspective, it didn't motivate her to make any changes. The minute her coach talked to her about changes she needed to make in order to improve her performance, she decided she was going to do something to make the changes. The same changes had quality of life impacts and had performance impacts, but because it was addressed to her and presented to her in a way that that it impacted her performance, that's what clicked, and that's what made her want to make a change. So there's a lot of overlap, but how you put yourself in that bucket of, is this health, is this quality of life, is this performance, can make a big difference in how you think about it and what you're willing to do to make the change. So that's kind of what we're talking about here. Some of these things may be specific to one of those areas. Some of them may be impact all three areas, right? Losing weight, losing fat can impact all three areas. It's going to impact your health. It's going to impact your quality of life. It's going to impact your performance. Okay? But which bucket mentally is going to make you want to make that change, and where you're going to feel most satisfied and successful when you make that change? Okay? Think about that. All right. So we talked about health. Health is the things that you feel are affecting your health is where I would focus first. Because again, my focus for all of you and for people that I work with is health, longevity, sustainability, quality of life, being able to do stuff as long as possible, as independently as possible. Okay? So health first. Second, quality of life. Quality of life things could be the things that impact your ability to do things and be active in things and have energy to do, to last and not feel like you're wore out, to do things without getting hurt, and to just overall expand the experiences that you have in life because you are physically able to do things. Okay? That is how I look at quality of life. What are you able to do, and how broad are your options of things that you can participate in because you are healthy and because you can do things. You are physically capable of participating. Okay? So that's kind of the second thing. Think about those things that you wish you could do that you can't. Think about those things that you've had to say no to because, hi Carla, that you've had to say no to because, you weren't able to, you didn't think you could, whatever it may be. That's really key there, and that's huge, right? There may be things in that list of quality of life stuff that isn't in health, that isn't in performance. Okay, when we talk about performance, what we're talking about is, let's just say, sport specific or fitness, athletic specific goals. I want to be able to run a mile in under 10 minutes. I want to be able to squat 300 pounds. I want to be able to do a specific workout in a certain amount of time, or I want to be able to hike 10 miles nonstop. Whatever, something that's a physical accomplishment because you're able to do it, performance based. I think those goals can be very motivating, and within the performance, there's a whole nother breakdown of things based on what types of performance or activities that you're interested in. If you're interested in strength things, you want to get stronger. If you're interested in endurance things, if you're interested in competitive, like sport specific stuff, I want to play at a certain level and do X, Y, or Z. I want to play this sport. I want to play that sport. I want to do martial arts, or who knows what it could be, guys. There's all sorts of different things that are performance specific based. Okay. Again, in the hierarchy of where I would focus on, health first, quality of life, and then fitness. Now, for those of you that are getting into fitness for the first time, it can be beneficial to look at some of those things. As I just say, look at performance last. It can be beneficial to look at some of those fitness goals as things that help you along the way, again, across the board, because it's how you look at it. If you're doing the Apex at Home program and you realize, hey, I've been doing push-ups scaled. I've had to scale every time I do push-ups. I use a bench or I use a chair, and I really want to get better at push-ups and be able to do them from the floor. That is going to have a direct impact on your quality of life. That is going to improve your strength, improve your core activation, improve your ability to do things safely. It has direct impact on your quality of life, but it's a performance goal. Okay? See how these things overlap. There's overlap across all of these guys. So think about that. This whole process, and a lot of the processes that we talk about when we talk about, motivating yourself, planning things out, figuring out what you want to do, figuring out what nutrition lifestyle or fitness lifestyle works best for you. All of these things require you to take some time and be introspective and think about what's best for you. What do you respond to the best? And what do you think you can do to be the most sustainable? Okay. So if you're not taking that time and you're just being reactive to things that you maybe see in the group, see on the internet, see in other Facebook groups or YouTube channels or social media, whatever, you're not giving yourself the best opportunity to plan it out. You've got to make deliberate changes and make sure that you're making changes with an idea of why you're making them and what they're going to do. Because if you don't, then when they don't work, you don't know what you need to change because you didn't do it deliberately. You just kind of on a whim decided, hey, that looks good, I want to do that. And we don't want to try to build our lifestyle and change our lives based on just on the whim kind of thing. Okay, so this is a great discussion for the group. If you guys are having questions about, hey, what do you guys think this could do for me or whatever, ask in the group. If you're not sure about something that you wanna make a change on, or if you need ideas on how to help make a change, ask, guys. That's what this community is for. Everybody in here is fantastic as far as sharing their stories, sharing what works for them. So as you're going through this process of, I don't know where I want to put my focus, ask. See what other people are doing, and it might trigger something in your mind in a way to think about it. I'm not saying to ask because someone's going to give you an answer, because only you can answer. These questions of where should I put my focus are only something you can answer. But you can get ideas and you can engage in a conversation with other people. This is what community is about. You can engage in conversation with other people, and the process of communicating back and forth with others and hearing input is going to help your train of thought and help your mindset shift, right? And you're going to come up and you're going to eventually think about what it is you want to do and what's going to work. Okay. Hey, Carla, what's up? You know what, guys? I'm totally using my phone from now on because I can see when people get on, and when they post, I can see it. Awesome. So your focus is on health first. And then building some strength. Yes, absolutely. So you lost 140 pounds. That's friggin' fantastic, Carla. I love it. You're 66, have lost over 140 pounds, have gained 10 pounds since January with no change in what I'm eating. Yeah. So if you're having questions about what's going on with your body composition, you're not sure, then you can we can talk about it in the group. If you ever want to sit down and set up a session with me, I can walk you through some stuff. We can help figure it out. But I love it. Yes. Exercising and starting to build strength is a huge piece of the puzzle that can help manage and maintain. Guys, when you exercise, and this is a little segue, when you exercise, it makes the nutrition changes in your life last longer. I want you to think about that. It makes the nutrition changes in your life last longer when you exercise and build strength. The more muscle you have, the more metabolically healthy you are, then the more the changes that you've made in your lifestyle, the healthier things that you have are going to last longer because your body's doing what it wants to do. It's not fighting against itself anymore, okay? Because you're not giving it crap and making it do extra work. The work that it does will last longer. The work that it needs to do doesn't take as much effort, and things just work better. So tying in fitness and nutrition is a key component to sustainability and maintaining a keto lifestyle. Okay, keto, carnivore, low carb, whatever you want to call it. All right, nutrient dense. You know what? I'm going to stop calling it keto and carnivore and start calling it a nutrient dense lifestyle. That is it. That is absolutely it. See, this is the process of talking makes things happen in your brain, guys. Talk about it. Post about stuff in the group. Let's talk about more things. I want to see more of you posting. I know you guys are all lurking. You're all lurkers. Hashtag lurking. I want to see more posts. Post, post, post. All right. I'm not going to say it again. Post. Okay. I said it again. All right. So those are the three areas. Focus on your health, focus on quality of life, focus on performance. Now, going back to what I talked about at the beginning before I drop off, in order for this to work, you got to be deliberate, you got to make a plan, and you have to be okay with putting some things on the side burner for now. You have to be okay with that. Just write it down so you don't forget it, right? But you're gonna focus on that one thing, hyper focus, work on, do whatever you need to do to make that happen. And then when you get there and you see the changes, it's going to do some things for you as far as opening up your mind about what you're capable of, building on success. You now have done something successfully, which makes you want to do something again successfully. And it's improved your quality of life. So the next thing that you pick, this is the cool part, the next thing that you pick should be easier than if it was the first thing you picked. Every time you are successful, the next thing you want to be successful at becomes easier. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing because you're laying a foundation and you're just building on top of success after success after success. Okay. So keep that in mind, guys. All right. That is it for this one. If you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, please ask. I love doing these. I love the feedback. When we get feedback from you guys in the group and you are posting questions and posting stuff, it's fantastic because it not only gets people thinking and talking, but it gets me thinking. And then I want to talk to you guys and talk to you about stuff that I hope is helpful. All right. I hope this was good information. If you have any questions, if you have suggestions on things you'd love me to talk about on Wednesday nights, please let me know. And I'll see you guys next week.